MPs or anything anymore, so we shouldn't be paying for shit.
No, there's still...
But they pay to fly all their staffers around the country and everything as well.
But
And
the government is... Because they still have to... Well, while they're not supposed to make any major decisions, they still have to make reactions because they still have government. But the other thing too is, remember, we used to have no political advertising after the Wednesday, so that's changed. You know? So you know, like it all keeps
it's
developing.
just So, because people were going, well, why are the Libs holding? Well, what was it? Well, it tells you a lot when the Libs, a party that don't have a women problem, are holding their launch on Mother's Day. Their launch is next Sunday. And I went, well, you know, they're just doing it late as possible so they can take it on the taxpayer dime as late as possible. And then Samantha Maiden got in touch with me and she goes, no, that's actually changed now. That's nothing to do with it anymore. They keep going even after their launch, putting it on the taxpayer now. And I'm like, seriously, man? I wonder why nobody trusts them or likes them.
No, I realise that,
but yeah, so that was interesting. It's like, yeah, no, we don't have a women problem. We're going to have our launch on fucking Mother's Day.
But
like, seriously.
But I think the other thing too is a lot of those changes were agreed by both. It was bipartisan.
Yeah.
It wasn't one.
Oh, and I agree.
Yeah.
I'm having a go at both of them, all of them. It's
rubbish.
But
it used to be the fact is it would be, yes, you are correct. It was up to the party. Good grief.
Wow.
It's a cabling issue.
Well,
yes. Oh, it's gone again.
It's gone again.
What you're seeing here right now is the master mix.
Right.
Okay.
You weren't thinking
So
that was showing live
right now.
pictures. Yeah.
I reckon they have got a pause.
Put it back in.
You think?
I think so. Well, or she's very good at holding her
Well,
she's
own. Got herself a 3-second penalty then. Well and truly.
There we go, we're live. Dan Connor forgot the exclusive first interview with the egg. Did he? Alright. Is it a hard boiled egg?
No. Many journos were scrambling for it.
Okay.
Sorry.
So Long time no see.
Hi. Yes. Connor, nice to meet you. He doesn't care for you.
No. Okay. I'm going to take that out of my ear then, so.
The game goes for about when you have a time clock that comes in, and that you go 30 seconds. You guys can just talk really over that. Just you can just talk about what's happening on the screen.
Yeah, yeah.
So you've got your fold back to your little ear thing, and that's all plugged into the little belt pack as well.
Test 1, 2.
That's on.
Test
2, 2, 2.
Yep, I've got mine.
Oh, I've heard that.
2, 2,
I heard that.
2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
Yeah, I heard that.
Do you want to talk to you?
Can I say 3 instead of 2?
It's not explosive enough.
3, 3, 3.
So can you hear it?
Yes,
Check,
we
check,
have
check,
got.
check, check, check. I can't hear myself.
Can't you? Well, turn yourself up.
I'm turned up all right.
If you'd like to
Okay.
hear, we have it
don't.
so that you don't hear yourself, you only hear the other person. But you
Okay.
can,
I
No,
can,
that's
if you want to be able to hear yourself,
No.
I can hear myself.
you can.
Yeah, but it doesn't work.
Okay.
But
Just so you can get the level. Is it sounding alright? Is it sounding proper?
it sounds like one.
But I can hear you.
Yeah, so then you
Can you?
so you'll be up to 5. It'll be about 45 seconds a second, and then you should go forward. It's like to wrap up the game. It's such a great, all these goals, team really fought for it, and all that kind of stuff. And then we'll do a countdown, like it's like a introducing game 2, which is about 10 seconds, and then we jump into game 2. Wrapping up the first game in a little bit, 10 seconds. Graphics, you see it on the screen, and then you'll see talk about game.
So who's going to be in our ear telling us stuff? Yeah, yeah. Cool. Yep. Yep.
No, they can't hear you.
Yeah, yeah.
Good evening and welcome to Griffith University Netball Courts for their Tuesday night social netball competition. My name's Martin Groves and joining me in commentary tonight, I have Robin Stevenson. Welcome, Robin.
Great to be with you tonight, Martin.
This is your old stomping ground. You went to university.
I did at this very campus here at Mount Gravatt. Didn't play netball here though.
Okay. Now, tonight we've got two games that we're going to be broadcasting live and streaming live tonight. Our first match is we have Wes for Prez up against the Good Time Gulls.
Yeah, I think this might be a really good matchup. The Wes for Prez currently 6th on the ladder and the Good Time Gulls 4th. So hopefully it's a nice close game tonight.
And our second game is the BK Burnouts up against the Gold Diggers.
The Gold Diggers, that is, not gold. So just be conscious of that. Oh, we're just waiting for a late player apparently, so there might be a slight delay on action, but we can... so the second game looks like it might be a bit less close with the BK Burnout 7th, but the Good Time Gulls are in 2nd on the ladder, so hopefully some good play from them tonight.
And the BK Burnouts are on 4-1, a 4-1 draw, so they haven't had a loss yet after the 5 rounds, which is pretty good. And the Good Time Gulls and the Goal Diggers are both on 4-1, and as you said, Wes for Prez is basically not doing too well there with 3-2.
Yeah, but they're going all right. Partway into the season.
Certainly, as players are sort of waiting around the moment, where teams are. We've got one team; they're all ready for action, and they have warmed up. They've had a few practice shots. We're just waiting for our second team, and just to be informed which team is which at the moment.
That's right. But weather conditions tonight are pretty good, Martin. About 20 degrees, no wind, so the shots should be good, and the passing should be good. No excuse.
Excellent conditions for Tuesday night netball.
Sure is.
And yeah, as I say, just waiting for the games to start. So we're just waiting a little bit. We do have all our officials here in place, but still doing some minor, a little bit of minor placement in terms of the bibbing up. I think, is that a term? Is that bibbing up in netball?
Bibbing up. Never really called it that in my day, but let's go with that. That's a new term we can run with tonight.
Well, that's how we interpretive commentary tonight, okay?
That's right.
But as you said, conditions are great, and the facilities here are great at Griffith University.
Absolutely. Lovely courts, and we're just getting some information through on some of the players now. So the Good Time Gulls, this first match will be in the yellow bibs, and their team captain is Leo.
And Wes for Prez, they are, of course, in the alternative strip in the red. So, and their team captain is Ben. And they're a church group.
Nice.
And they also, this team is being developed by a church group. So they're at church, they've got together, said, let's create a netball team.
That's great. So, and the Good Time Gulls are a group of family and friends, 2 sets of siblings in the team. So we've got Matt and Georgia and Mario and Jen. And the Good Time Gulls are here really just to have some fun, and to win.
And to win. Well, I gather that's the idea of competitive netball. Although, when we come to social netball, probably not as much is the winning.
No, the fun and enjoyment's probably a bit better, and just getting out and being a bit active, rather than sitting inside a study room preparing for exams. And
the benefits of balancing that sort of activity with that academic pursuit too is just a bit of fresh air and sunshine.
That's right. Good for the mental health.
Although not much sunshine around at the moment.
Not right now. But hopefully they get their brains firing from the workout tonight.
So we're waiting on the officials, I think, to join us now, is the main thing. We don't seem to have officials. We seem to have 2 teams.
We do?
But I think at the moment, if I spy across there, we can just see that the Gulls are just writing down their team list, I suppose.
Yep, and shooters grabbed the ball just to do some quick little practice before the game starts. It's always important to get your eye in.
We'll get a feel for how she's looking good already. That's 1 from 1.
Yeah, it's easy with no defence though.
True it is, but it certainly is.
I was never much of a goal shooter myself though.
Now your own netball career, can we call it a career? Is that...
Well, it was only when I was at school, so I don't know, career might be drawing a long bow.
Okay. But in your career, then you have played state league, state level for Queensland.
I have indeed. Yes, at schoolgirl level. So I was a nippy little centre back in my day.
I can see.
C stands for control.
I totally understand. Okay, we've got the umpires in position, and it looks like our teams are ready for action. So we're looking forward to this first game tonight between the Wes for Prez and the Good Time Gulls.
It looks like the Good Time Gulls must have won the toss because they're starting with the centre pass. Premature start there. Here we go.
And game on.
Just feeling each other out, I think, getting some positioning, checking their spots.
The Gulls taking basically first possession and unfortunately weren't able to convert.
Rebounded from Wes for Prez. They got it down the court pretty quickly. Into the goal third already. Stepping infringement there. That's just a turnover.
So it's the Gulls coming back in the goal tonight. The Gulls in gold and the Prez in red. Fairly active start.
Yeah, they're all getting in there. It's pretty willing so far.
Another attempt by the Gulls.
And a miss there, unfortunately, from the shooter. And from the goal attack.
Some sort of invisible net on top of the net tonight.
Must be some kind of defence system.
But the Gulls are back.
Taken out there by the Gulls. Oh no, turnover. So the Gulls still have it for the pass in.
Goal attack with the ball.
Interesting shooting technique. One leg falling forward.
Yes.
Very
interesting.
Back down the court with Wes for Prez. No one in the goal circle. Oh, pass is far too long for that goal attack to pull in.
I think the players are just warming up a little bit now, just getting an idea of the opposition as the Gulls come back with possession. Short-lived.
Yep. And Wes for Prez have it in the circle. Height very important in the shooting circle, of course.
Having that height is definitely a benefit. And finally we get our first goal for the evening.
Opening goal there for Wes for Prez. Now, of course, they will get the centre pass as well, so that was a really good goal for them to get.
Game on in the first quarter of this game tonight. First match in the social netball here at Griffith University.
Lovely passing around the circle there from Wes for Prez. And a beautiful goal from the goal attack.
That was a fantastic one.
That's right. And the Good Time Gulls have it down, not quite in the circle yet. Lovely passing once again. And they're on the board.
That's what we like to see. Wes for Prez out of the centre.
Oh, unfortunately, Good Time Gulls just took it over the sideline there. And Wes for Prez have knocked it out, so back with the Good Time Gulls. Small drag of the planted foot there, so being called for a stepping infringement. Of course, in netball, once you get possession of the ball, you need to be perfectly still. No stepping, no dragging of the foot.
Wes for Prez makes it 3-1 over the Good Time Gulls.
Lovely passing from the Good Time Goals tonight.
Good communication. Will this be their opportunity?
Some obstruction from the goal defence. Unfortunately, the goal shooter's radar is off just a tad so far tonight. Hopefully she can pick that up.
It's only early in the first quarter
That's
at this stage, so
great communication from the centre there, getting the ball into the circle.
and as I said before, these good time goals are 4-1 in the competition so far. 4 wins and a loss, and Westford Pres 3 wins and 2 losses so far. So we're into the 6th round of this social competition at Griffith University.
Of course, we got rained out last week.
And this broadcast is brought to you by the Griffith University television broadcast crew. So great to be working with their teams tonight.
Oh, a lovely take there from the goal attack. Unfortunately, can't quite nail the goal.
Finally brings it in. Smile on the face there.
Yeah,
I think that was relief, wasn't it?
I think it might have been. Oh. Obstruction call on the goal defence there. She does need to come back out of play for the pass, which means she needs to stand beside the player passing. Umpires are picking up on all of the stepping and the drags tonight.
She just hasn't been able to find her mark yet.
I'm sure her radar will come on soon.
Certainly. Great facilities here at Griffith University, as we can see the background, the other games going on in this social competition on Tuesday night. Oh!
Oh, a lovely goal. It thought about it for a while before dropping in, didn't it?
It was, wasn't sure if he wanted to be
No.
there, was it?
Good Time Goals have got it back to 5-3 now, so maybe the comeback's on.
Well, conditions a little bit chilly here tonight, so we'll allow them to warm up.
Perfect netball conditions.
Oh, that's what we like to see,
That's
don't we?
right.
That is a great goal.
Only 1 goal difference now, still in the first quarter though. Well, another stepping call there tonight. The umpires are right onto it.
And of course, officials are a big part of all Australian sport, and just as it is at university sport as well.
Once again, the height proves very important under the net to get the rebound and a shot away.
Westford Pres 6 to Good Time Goals as 4.
Goal shooter just wanting to make her position a little better. Lovely shot there. I think she's found her radar now.
Oh, I think she had the smile on the face, I think, tells it all, doesn't it? Is that a smile of relief?
Maybe.
Great intercept there.
That's right. Oh, lovely passing from the Good Time Goals.
Gulls making easy that transition down the court. They seem to have that communication.
Yep. That's 6-all now, I think.
Certainly is. Evened it up.
Good use of the circle once again.
That big smile of relief.
Yeah. Well, we're back on centre pass with the scores, so
And the goals take the lead by 1. But could be short-lived.
no, the umpire has called the stepping on the goal shooter, so it is a turnover.
Their ability to quick release the goals coming down the field,
Yep.
the court.
Very important, very important. The quick passing and players in position to get the pass as well. Lovely intercept there.
And of course, this 6th round of this social competition on Tuesday night here at Griffith University coincides with the first round of the Netball League.
Super Netball, yeah.
Super Netball
Started on the weekend.
Started on the weekend. A few upsets, I believe.
Well, the Firebirds game was a draw on Saturday afternoon, so that was them opening their brand new facility, their first home game there.
Just trying to work out who has possession, but it's the goals again.
Bit messy in the circle at the moment with obstruction from the defenders.
And it drops. The goal's in the centre and taking a lead 8-6 now. As we're deep in the first quarter.
Attempting some lob passes. They can always be a bit risky. Leaves you open for intercepts.
That was a great lob pass.
That was a wonderful one. Unfortunately, they couldn't finish it off with the goal.
Still maintain possession. Yes, as you said earlier, it's a unique shooting style by our goal attack, isn't it? For the goals.
Likes to shoot off the 1 foot, which I would think would be more awkward and less successful.
West Surprise just aren't seeming to be able to split the defence.
Unfortunately, too long on that pass again, so the Gulls have possession back. Incorrect throw in there, so Wes for Prez get the ball back very quickly.
This is probably what they need as they're coming to the end of the first quarter. Oh,
beautiful long-range goal there.
Now that is a skill, isn't it?
That
The
sure
long-range
is.
one.
Sure is.
And they've got the centre pass again, so just one score in it.
Fortunately, she can't close out the quarter with that last goal. So good time goals go to the quarter break, up by 1.
Yes, 8-7 here for Wes for Prez. I'm not sure he's going to be president of.
No, I'm not sure either.
But
I'm not sure.
Yes, I think I'm impressed by the Good Time Girls' ability to get the ball down the court so quickly. They seem to have a great
And
game on. Here we go. Here's
lovely
looking at a
passing
bit of a
around the circle
replay
there from
of
Wes
some of the
for Prez.
shots.
And a lovely passing once again.
Wes
From the centre there, getting the ball into the circle. So 8-7 at the break. It's only a short break here in netball, so about 1 minute at the quarter time break. So just enough time really to get a quick drink, maybe swap some bibs around and change positions, which looks like is happening. A couple of the teams have some subs, so they'll try and rotate through those tonight as well.
and some great replays there we saw from that first quarter. And yes, that long range one from Wes for Prez.
Certainly was impressive. Looks like they're coming back on to start the second quarter.
At this stage, is there a standout? Have you seen anybody standing out? I'm impressed by the goal attack for the Gulls.
For the Gulls, I'm actually impressed by the wing attack for Wes for Prez. But I'm a bit biased for centres and wing attacks.
That was where you did all your hard work.
That's right.
And the Gulls start off with just where they wanted to be. That's a clean shot, a clean net.
Contact call on the goal defence. Of course, you aren't allowed to touch, well, not deliberately contact your opposing player. Can get a bit rough sometimes, but we try to keep it nice in netball.
2-goal difference here to the Gulls over Wes for Prez. Great defence there, but unfortunately not allowed.
And a lovely goal there from Wes for Prez. So 1-1 in the second quarter.
Yeah, and just 1 point in it as we're into the second quarter here tonight. Wes for Prez on the attack.
I'm impressed by the way the Wes for Prez goal attack is using her circle to better her position.
Great movement down the court.
Good transition down the court. Unfortunately, that final pass went astray, so they might just need to take a bit more time with some of those passes. You do get 3 seconds to pass the ball, which is longer than it sounds.
Yes. And of course, with all sports, especially ball sports, we're looking for ball security.
That's right. Can't do much if you don't have the ball.
Great moments in commentary. Just 1 point in it here in our first game tonight at Griffith University. It's a unique shooting style, isn't it?
Yeah, and unfortunately not allowed to do that. If you shoot the ball and it doesn't even touch the ring, you are not allowed to rebound it. So she may have found her radar.
I think she has. That little grin is coming back across her face. She'd be happy about that. Those first few minutes probably wasn't her greatest opening.
No, sometimes it does take you a while to settle into the game.
As the Prez come forward. In such a tight game, they wouldn't want to let more than be 2 goals ahead, but the Gulls have got the ball. Turnover.
Well, the ball's been called back, so referee umpire saw something in that wasn't allowed. Missed the call, unfortunately.
And they called him Wes then, so I'm giving that must be Wes for Prez.
That must be Wes. Very quick ball movement down the court. Clearly more comfortable shooting off the 1 foot though.
A unique style, I'd have to say, in netball.
Well, you don't see it that often. Not in Suncorp Super Netball at all.
Certainly. But here at Griffith University, this is where you start establishing those styles and the idiosyncrasies to your own game.
That's exactly right. And as we said, it's about having fun. And that was a beautiful shot.
Yes. As the goals go 2 points up. Bit of a scramble down that end at the moment.
Yeah.
And it's a turnover.
Another intercept there. Wes for Prez back with the ball. Replay call from the umpire there. So you're not allowed to bounce the ball in netball.
As in terms of the bounce pass.
No, you can bounce pass, but you're not allowed to bounce it to yourself like you would in basketball.
Makes it a 3-point lead for the Gulls. 12-9, and they have the centre again.
Got a turnover to Wes for Prez. Having a little bit of trouble finding their players down the court.
So this is Wes that we've worked out. Didn't really take advantage of that moment, but he did see the humour in it, didn't he? It was a great block. As you said before, they're having fun, which is the bottom line when we're talking about sport in Australia.
Yeah, lots of smiles on the faces out there.
I'm sure that goal attack for the Prez will smile at one stage. She's got that stony look on her face. She's focused.
Pretty focused tonight. Not dropping for the goal attack at the Good Time Gulls end of the court.
No, not as much, but as that transfer down the court by the Gulls is just fantastic.
Yep.
They're very quick.
They certainly are.
And they seem to know where each other's going to be.
Yeah, communication and teamwork is vital in pretty much any team sport.
But you wouldn't assume that most of these teams would spend too much time practicing. But maybe the Gulls do spend a bit of time now. Where the Gulls basically with 4-1, so they're in a good position, and on 4th place in the ladder at the moment in an 8-team competition.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many seasons they've played together as a team. They seem to have developed some good combinations, so I'd suggest this isn't their first season together.
Wes is shaking his head on that one. That wasn't the best of shots. So,
not the best.
Can the Gulls extend their lead?
No, there's been a turnover. Can Wes for Prez get one back? Accidental contact there.
Great intercept there. Westford Pres
Goal
really.
attack's going to want to look for a better position. Unfortunately, she passed it to the wrong team.
Off West for Pres there, so the Gulls maintain possession. But I missed that one. Robin, did you pick up that call?
Incorrect throw in, I would assume. I didn't quite get it, but the fact it went back to the end line made me think there's an issue with the throw in. And that's half time.
That's half time. So at half time we have the Good Time Gulls 12 and Wes for Pres in 10. So we're here at the Griffith University Netball Courts for the Tuesday night social competition. Robin Stevenson and myself, Martin Groves, joining the broadcast team here at Griffith University.
Are you impressed by the skills you've seen so far tonight?
Look, at times there has been some great skills.
Yep.
But the goal attack for Wes for Pres, she's done a fantastic job. As we look at some highlights for that second quarter.
Some lovely shooting once again. So we're seeing some of the best goals of the half. They found their radars eventually. It was a bit messy to start with. Accidental contact there. Unintentional, I'm sure.
There's no such thing as intentional contact in netball, is there?
Of course not. It's a non-contact sport.
Oh, yes, of course it is. As we said, conditions are perfect for netball here at Griffith tonight. No wind at all.
No.
Not
at
a
all.
breath.
No excuse for passes going astray, really, is there?
And about 20 degrees, something along those lines we were looking at before.
Yeah.
But I think the temperature will be dropping as I just check the so I've come down to 19 degrees now, so getting a little bit cooler.
Yeah,
but,
so it'll be a bit cooler for the second game tonight, so it might be a bit more difficult for them. Might take a bit longer to warm up in the second game.
It will be interesting to see what changes they make in terms of the team lineups. I believe in the goal attack for Westford Pres. She had that long shot before. She's eye on the prize.
She's been pretty impressive tonight. As she's mentioned in commentary, she's got that steely look about her. Very determined.
Very steely. Very determined. Wes, of course, from Westford Pres, was doing okay early on the last few minutes of the second quarter. He probably just was offline a little bit.
Was a little bit, but of course he's got those nice and tall and long levers. Always important in the goal circle.
And as we were saying, and we look at the goals, the goal attack, interesting shooting technique, isn't it?
Very interesting. 1 foot all the way.
It's like flamingo, a flamingo.
Yeah.
Shall we call a nickname?
Let's call it the flamingo.
It's the flamingo.
But,
the flamingo for the goals, and of course the goal shooter took a while to get online too, as well, didn't she?
She did, but once she found her range, she was nailing it. So I think she's on target now. Sometimes it does take a while to warm up, and I can't shoot goals, so I'm not going to judge.
Yes, and only the 2 points in it now, with the goals 2 points ahead. 12-10 at half-time in our first match here at Griffith University.
Yeah, so just looking at the teams on the sideline, I'm not sure that there's been too many changes made from either team. As we hear the siren in the background, go to start the second half here tonight.
Now, when we look at wing attack and wing defence, the roles, what is the difference in their roles?
Well, wing attack is more of an attacking player, whereas wing defence is more defensive, Martin. I thought it's pretty clear.
Thank you very much for that one. Much appreciate your innate knowledge of netball.
Personally, I preferred to play wing attack than wing defence, but that's more that I'm not a very good defender.
It's got nothing to do with right and left side of the court. That's what I was probably looking at.
No, well, so they can only go up to the goal line at their attack end. So wing attack can go right through to their team's goal circle, whereas the wing defence would need to stop at the goal at the 2/3 of the way down the court.
And the Gulls are back in possession. Can they capitalise on this attack?
Oh, I thought he got that one back in before he touched the ground, but he mustn't have.
And we can't call for the instant replay tonight. But very quick movement for the Prez, West for Prez. I think they're really starting to warm up.
Yeah, good transitions. Interesting there with the goalkeeper holding his goal defence's bib. I'm not sure what that was about. Maybe
A little bit of student competition.
Bit of an in-joke, maybe.
Yes, I would say so. As the goals go forward. But Peter lost the possession.
So the wing defence was ruled to have had possession before it was ripped out of her hands. Bit of butterfingers there from the new centre, I think. Is that a new centre for Wes for Prez?
Yes, it certainly is. I think they put some tall timber in the middle there.
It looks like it, yeah. Trying to get a mid-court advantage.
With not much other changes, I don't think, on the court. The Flamingo is at it again.
He was looking to better his position, but there was no one on the circle for him to pass it to.
A very energetic player.
Yep. The guys tend to be in netball. They're in everything. Umpire not happy with the wing attacks defence on court there.
Extending their lead, the Gulls. 13 to 10 now, as we're in the third quarter.
Unusual to see the Wes for Prez often leave their goal circle completely unattended.
A little bit of hot potato there, really, wasn't it?
Was indeed.
As the Gulls move forward down the court. Good intercept, but yes, good intercept and taking possession.
Like to see these players flying through the air to grab those intercepts. Very athletic.
The unfortunate final pass goes astray. That was a really good movement, a good transition down the court from the Prez.
Yeah. I wonder if we can vote anywhere for him to be the Prez of whatever it is he wants to be the Prez of.
Yes, well, that is maybe in post-match interviews we might get a chance to ask him what his policies are.
We may need to.
But I'd say it's probably going to be something in regards to getting them further up the ladder, because they're in 6th position at the moment, 8-team competition. But as you can see with the broadcast here, some of the two other games going on in the background.
Yep.
So plenty of netball going on tonight.
It's a great sport, Martin. Great sport for all the family.
Yes, and mixed netball has allowed or encouraged men to get involved.
It certainly has. There's actually some very good...
Oh, what?
Well,
Did
that
you
was
see
a
that
great
one?
goal,
That was a great goal.
Yeah.
There's no smiles there, though. No smiles at all. I think she's got a chance to be a little bit happier with the lead of 4 points now.
Oh, stepping. There's been a fair few stepping calls tonight, so the umpires are right on that. Beautiful passing there into the shooter. And she finishes it off with a goal.
Excellent, and that makes it a 5-point game. So Wes for Prez need to put some points on the ground, on the scoreboard.
They do indeed, and they need some turnovers as well.
But I have to say, just great defence there from the Gulls. Really pressuring him. The call
against Wes.
Yes.
Contact call against the shooter.
Great netball there.
Just can't get it to land, and unfortunately stepped out of court. I think both teams could benefit from some more communication. They're both pretty quiet out there.
Yeah, it's not much chatter out there at the moment. But West Pres do need to make some inroads here. They are 5 points down. They need to have a couple in a row. So this may be the opportunity to make a change.
Once again, that last pass going astray. That seems to be their downfall at the moment, that last pass.
I think our new centre for the Pres is probably learning a few of the rules as the game is going on, which I totally understand.
Well, centre generally is right in the action. Goal defence not happy with that call.
That is not what they're looking for, the Pres. They really needed to... they need a couple of these goals to drop.
Has been some time since the last goal, actually, this centre pass. It's been going up and down the court. And no one can seem to get it to fall.
That extends the lead there. As we've come to the completion of the third quarter, we'll probably have a few more replays of some of those moments of the third quarter.
Very low scoring quarter, that one though. Only 4 goals in total, all of them from the good time goals. So they've extended their lead out to 6 as we see some of the action.
And I think one of the things, as you said before, for the Pres, that last pass has been the issue for them in that third quarter especially.
Absolutely. I think they're rushing their last passes a little bit, just a bit off target or a bit overshooting the player.
And I suppose that's also just the pressure of the game. They've realised they're a couple of goals down. They needed to get back into the game, take a few risky shots.
Absolutely.
Just haven't been able to reinforce.
Yep. Absolutely. Scoreboard pressure is a major thing in any sport. So once you start to get a few behind you, try to press a little bit harder and things just go a bit more astray, unfortunately, sometimes.
And it's the other thing now coming to this fourth quarter now, Westford Pres are under pressure.
They are under pressure, but 6 goals is not insurmountable. They can get that back.
Yes, I know, but at the same time as getting 6 goals up, they do need to be an absolute fantastic defence. So it's going to be interesting in this final quarter. Will the goals maintain their position or will the Pres come back?
Yeah, well, they've made some key positional changes once again. So a new centre, energetic player back in centre.
Yeah, so hopefully they go forward as they do straight up.
Wes perfectly positioned for that pass. Nails it.
Just as we said at the break, that's what they needed. They needed to come back in here and start scoring. So that gap down 5 points now. As the ball is out of play, who has possession? It is the Pres coming back.
The Gulls just need to be a bit careful here. They need to control the pace of this game and slow it down to protect their lead, really.
As they go on to attack.
New goal attack.
And
Success straight up.
And he's very chuffed with his success there, wasn't he? And it seemed like a few of the team supporters were pretty happy about it
Looked
as well.
like he didn't quite believe it himself.
I don't think he was actually going to go for the shot, but it was only the encouragement from the bench.
That's right.
I wonder if he'll, after that success, the next time he gets down there, he'll go for go a lot further.
We'll see. He needs to get in there quickly. Beautiful goal again from the Good Time Goals shooter.
Yeah, she started out slow, but she's really come into it in the last 2.5 quarters.
The attempted layup didn't quite work for him.
I think there's a touch of basketball coming into this game.
Maybe a
isn't there?
tad, but of course Gretel Tippett has actually brought that into netball. She loves the layup shot for the Firebirds.
So it's been interesting, some of the styles. Of course, the goal attack, who's been benched at the moment for the Gulls with his flamenco style.
As we see the goal attack for Wes for Prez score another.
And they really need to come back. The difference is 7 points.
Opportunity here with the turnover.
I suppose a couple of quick goals to the Prez and anything's possible.
Well, if they get a couple of quick goals, the Gulls may feel some pressure, but they've turned it over again.
A unique style.
3 out of 4 though, so it works for him.
It certainly does. The Good Time Goals 20, Wes for Prez 12, midway through the 4th quarter here at Griffith University. A Tuesday night social netball competition. Yes, our goal attack for the Gulls is very athletic, very mobile, and smiles a lot as well.
He sure does. He certainly is having a good time out there. Doesn't want to take that shot.
They extend their lead now to 9 points over Wes for Prez, the Good Time Gulls.
Oh, called for stepping. Looks like a good mix of semi-serious netball players in here and some possibly newbies to the sport this season.
And they'll be able to go back online tonight and see the replay of the game.
They will. They will. Watch
And,
the videos.
Yes, and maybe take that to training during the week for next week's game.
Sure. Coach might have some words.
The coaching staff, you mean.
As Wes pulls another one back in for the Wes for Prez.
Still remains a 7-point gap.
Certainly a good atmosphere down here at the courts tonight. I guess the teams are arriving for the second game, so a bit of cheering and chatter on the sidelines, which is always good.
No, well, it just reinforces the social aspect of sport and the value of it to, especially for the students, to balance their academic lives.
That's right.
heads in the books and in the computers.
Yep. Another small step there. As I said, the umpires are right on that stepping tonight. You can often sneak away with a little one, but not tonight, not with these umpires.
They're doing a fantastic job, the umpires, and it's great that they're out here to be part of this each and every Tuesday night.
Sure is. Umpiring in any sport is generally a thankless task.
It could have been fantastic.
Could have been. Can't fault his commitment there.
No.
Didn't come off for him this time, unfortunately. Incorrect throw in from the goals. You need to have your foot up to, but not over the line when you throw the ball in.
Another fantastic long shot.
That's right.
And bring the margin just to 6 points. With the Prez's team in possession. So, couple goals here.
Yeah, they could force some pressure.
And that's what it's all about. I would have to say most of the fourth quarter has been in the Prez's offensive court.
That's right. Certainly a better quarter than the third quarter for the Prez.
But it didn't take long for the goals to bring it down. And, of course, our happy, smiling tall timber.
That's right. The transitions through the mid-court have been very impressive tonight.
The smile's returning to the goal shooter's face there after, I think, the last couple of minutes, not as sharp as you would have liked to have been.
Oh, another beautiful mid-range shot. I wouldn't call that long range, but certainly mid-range.
I would say that the goal attack for the Prez has a little bit of netball pedigree there, would you say?
I think she does, actually. Seems to me that she's played a bit of netball in her time.
Not what the Prez needed late in the fourth quarter.
But that's certainly helpful. Intercept and got it back.
The Prez move forward.
Contact call on the goalkeeper. Perfect opportunity.
And all I can say is, well done, Wes.
That's right. Go Wes.
Reduce the margin to just 6 points here in the final quarter. Will they? Can they make it closer?
Of course, for and against is always very important on the ladder as well. And another one.
That's what they needed.
There's some really good chat from the Wes for Prez goalkeeper. Good encouragement and support for his teammates.
Can they make a quick transition down the court?
Unfortunately, no one back in the goal circle to take that pass.
unlucky. But maybe another chance.
And that's it.
That's the final whistle.
Final who to go. So Good Time Gulls take it out 23-18. But certainly a better fourth quarter from Wes for Prez there tonight.
Well, they did certainly come back in that final quarter, but and the goals, well, did they drop off, or is it just didn't get the opportunities?
As we see some of the action on replay, including that beautiful first shot from the Gulls goal attack, which he himself didn't seem to quite believe. But I think they all had a pretty good night. Just watch these goals fall from the fourth quarter.
And that unique style.
Well, there was a couple of unique styles on display there tonight from the shooters, so it's always good to see.
No, it certainly is. So that was a great game in our first game tonight here at Griffith University, the netball courts here for the Tuesday night social competition. So that was our first game, and it was a good win by the Good Time Gulls, who were in fourth position. I suppose an expected win, because the Westford Prez were in sixth position.
Yep. But, it was a relatively even matchup. I think some of the Wes for Prez, their shots just didn't fall, whereas the Good Time Gulls did. So I'd be interested to see the stats on number of attempts taken from both teams. Certainly
I was just looking at just the table. The next game is between the BK Burnouts and the Gold Diggers. Gold Diggers. I did get it right that time, as opposed to the Gold Diggers. And the Gold Diggers are 4-1 in second position on the table. And the BK Burnouts, well, they're in seventh position. So you'd think on paper, if we were to look at the Gold Diggers, you would say they'd have to be expected to be the favourites for tonight's second game.
You'd think so, but there's always a chance of an upset. So the BK Burnouts will be playing in the red bibs in this game. Team captain is Lauren, studying business and event management, so they should know a little bit about sports events. Again, another team of family and friends.
And the Gold Diggers are going to be in the light blue bibs tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they certainly are. Their captain is Danny, all the way from England. I'm not sure if she's been brought over here just for this competition, but maybe she's come to Australia for studying purposes. She's studying occupational therapy. And how did you make up the team? It's just a social sport, and they're just making friends, which is fantastic. And it's the first time for all. So well, maybe that's the reason that the Gold Diggers... Well, the Gold Diggers are doing that well. They're in second position. It's the first time for all they've actually played the netball.
That's very interesting.
So I'll be interested to look at some of their skills there. There's and why are we here? For fun, practice, and competition. And the quote is to kick ass.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Love it. And it seems like they may have been doing just that if they're in second position.
They certainly are. And if this is their first time for all,
look out.
Maybe as a team together, let's not say as netballers, okay?
Maybe.
So that would be... Because otherwise I think there'd be probably people from the National League now thinking that we better come down to Griffith University on a Tuesday night and see some of these social netballers.
You just never know where you're going to find talent. So just interesting, Lauren, the team captain of BK Burnouts, has actually played rep netball in her past. So look forward to some good things from her, though no pressure, of course. And one of their players, Connor, is just coming back from an injured ankle. Ankle injuries are very prominent in netball. And just an update on the bib colour, the BK Burnouts are actually wearing orange bibs.
Yes, that's the most orange red I've ever seen. But it's all interpretive. I just noticed also the social aspect between the two teams. They know each other. They're friends here, and I gather, and that was half the reason they're out here tonight, is to have fun. So there's the whistle. We're almost away for our second game. And the Gold Diggers start the game with possession.
Bit of a messy start there. And the Burnouts have the ball already. And another turnover.
Well, this is the first time for all they're sitting in second position, the Gold Diggers. So,
Oh, what a beautiful long-range shot there. That fell. He looks like it was all just in a day's work for him there.
making it look easy. Found an open player there.
Well, the Burnouts have started this game on fire and they go up 2-0. Sorry, the Gold Diggers.
Yeah, well, that's the expected second playing seventh here. The Gold Diggers in second position on the table after 5 games. This is the sixth game of the competition. As the Burnouts were deciding who was going to set the ball in motion again.
Once again, not much chat out on the court from either team at this point. Beautiful opener from the Burnouts goal attack though.
Just wondering if we've got temperature dropping much, but temperatures has remained the same over the last hour, 19 degrees presently. A coolish autumn night here in Brisbane.
It's almost winter for Queensland.
Almost. And as you can see, if you look at the wide shots where there's no wind in the trees, with these fantastic facilities here at Griffith University to encourage the students to get involved in sport.
Certainly have always invested in their sports programs here at Griffith. Quick turnover there from the Burnouts.
Just took her eye off the ball there, but great interception.
They're rushing that final pass.
Probably just need to slow down if we're going to be the coach. Just slow down and make those passes stick.
Oh.
With style. I think if that doesn't make the replay, the replays, I'll be quite surprised.
Once again, stepping as with the previous game, the umpires are right on it. Some good passing around the circle and finish with a goal.
Well, this isn't probably the scoreline one would expect after the sort of coming in the early part of the first quarter here with the Burnouts. 4-1 up against the Gold Diggers.
Gold Diggers may be just easing themselves into the game, or certainly that pass was far too rushed.
Which has probably been the issue tonight, is just not just maintaining possession, that maintenance of possession, which, as you said, quite categorically before, is the fact you can't score without the ball.
Correct.
Oh, now that would have been an excellent goal.
That would have been the goal of the night if it had gone in. Just a bit sloppy from both teams to start this match, so they're just still finding their way in the conditions.
But I think if you go back to the first game we had tonight, it was pretty similar.
Yeah, very much so. You do just have to find your way into a game.
And I would believe this being probably the first round of this competition, 2 rounds these teams have not met before. So this will be their first chance on the court together.
That's right. You've got to work out your opposition as well as get your communication happening with your own teammates.
And that all can't be done in the uni bar, can it?
Well, a fair bit can be, though. Good strategising in the uni bar.
Of course. But then you do need to bring it out onto the court.
That's right.
But you are right, it's reasonably quiet on the court tonight so far.
Lots of bodies in motion. Good to see. Should never be standing still unless you actually have the ball in your hands.
I must admit I've only played a couple of games of netball and I've found it a much faster game than ever I expected, playing it as opposed to watching it. But as you say, there's that constant movement.
That's right.
Going where you're going to go to make that pass, to create the opportunities.
Yep, you should always be ready to get the next pass. Just a bit off target tonight, the shooters for Goal Diggers. Hopefully they can find their range soon.
Would have been a good long-range attempt if the goal attack there for the Burnouts could have made that one count, but unfortunately it wasn't able to.
Another couple of turnovers.
Another unique style there. I think we just had that off the one-footed sort of attack. So we'll take all styles tonight. I suppose if the goal counts, that's fantastic.
That's right. And look, sometimes it's hard to remember which is your grounded foot. So that is why you may not want to put that second foot down again. Just don't want to get yourself a stepping call.
It was good to hear a bit of calling going on there, calling for the ball when players are in position.
Absolutely. It's important to let your teammates know if you're open and ready to receive a pass. And I think that's the end of the first quarter. So a low-scoring quarter here in the second game tonight, here at Griffith University Netball Courts.
But the other thing too is at this stage when you're thinking the Burnouts currently on 7th position and the Gold Diggers on 2nd, so at the moment it's all to be done by the Gold Diggers.
It certainly is, yeah.
They have a lot ahead of them as we see some of the replays.
That beautiful long-range shot there going in from the goal attack. Another flamingo style.
Yeah. Maintaining the balance there quite nicely.
Seems to work for her, so as long as it's working, whatever style you've got.
No, certainly. So yes, some good netball here this evening so far. So it's great to have this competition, and it's great to be out here with the Griffith University broadcast team.
Sure is.
Streaming live.
Absolutely. Hi to all our viewers.
I'm sure we'll get a few tweets at the bottom of the screen very soon.
Not sure we're quite Q&A.
No, not at all. But
live tweets.
If you are able to text into the broadcast, we'd be happy to give you a hello out there. So you're always encouraged to encourage the commentators.
That's right.
And if we can encourage the players to go a little bit harder with some astute comments from our listeners, our viewers, it would be fantastic.
Oh, another lovely long ranger there from the Gold Diggers goal attack.
Gold Diggers seem to have a little bit more pizzazz so far in this second quarter already. So maybe the changeover, they've made some changes.
Bit more chatter going on out there now in this quarter than there was in the first quarter, which is always good. Once again, just rushing the pass there. So just need to take you 3 seconds. You've got 3 seconds, so it's not a catch and release sport, though sometimes it does seem like it is.
They do need to set themselves a little bit more, as you say, and just take that, just to set themselves up. But also the excitement of the evening.
Well, sometimes the adrenaline just gets hold of you.
As the Burnouts in a position to extend their lead. But unfortunately couldn't take advantage. Gold Diggers going forward.
And intercepted there from the Burnouts, swing defence, and we've had a contact call. So the player needs to stand out for one pass.
The second quarter here in this second match tonight we're covering here for at the Griffith University netball courts on their Tuesday night social competition. Second quarter probably just a little bit, just not keeping on top of the ball. Their ball security is a little bit down, and as I think you've mentioned a couple of times, the communication is probably not as strong as it could be.
No, it's really not. I thought the Gold Diggers in particular might have been on top of their communication. As we've mentioned a couple of times, they're sitting second on the ladder, so they're having a good season so far. But they do all look like they're enjoying themselves out there, and that is the most important thing with social sport.
Oh, certainly. That's just what the Burnouts required. Another point. So they've made it. They were at 4-1 up in the first quarter at one stage, but now 5-3. So still ahead by 2.
Too easy for the goal attack there. He looks like it's not even any work at all for him to shoot those.
Well, I think he came on in the...
and a lovely intercept.
Yes, he arrived in the second quarter. So I think he was a replacement there. So he's just sharp around the mid-court.
And of course, apart from the centres, the goal attacks, I think, are the hardest working players on the court. Not only have to cover a lot of the mid-court, but then back it up and shoot goals.
So the tall timber for the Burnouts doing very well there as under the goalpost.
As we have another turnover, so those final passes just not falling for the Gold Diggers into their goal circle. But here they go again, and another intercept.
I think we're hearing a little bit more communication, as you can be picked up by the effects mics now, which is great to see, and we need to encourage that more and more. They need to be more communicating, getting the message out, telling people where they are on the court.
And just generally encouraging their teammates as well.
Great athleticism from the goal attack there to keep the ball in to begin with and then get back and make the score.
Yeah, that was lovely. Lovely work. I think she may have played some netball in her time.
Well, the Burnouts now doubling the score of the Gold Diggers, which is a little bit of a shock, I'd say, as we're sort of midway through the second quarter here in our second game of the broadcast. But if, as the players wander past us, they've got big smiles on their faces. They are having a good time.
They sure are. And that is, as we said many times, the most important thing with sport. Burnouts just seem to be a bit more controlled with their passing at this stage than the Gold Diggers, and that's obviously reflected in the scoreboard.
Certainly is. That I think we've got to have probably a much lower scoring game than our first game.
Yeah, it looks like it from at the start. As the shooter asks for his centre to put it up, unfortunately he can't seal the deal.
It's quite an asset in social netball to have some tall timber at each end, isn't it?
It sure is. Sure is.
But I suppose historically, if you look at the game of netball, that's where the tall timber is. And like yourself, when you were a centre, there was those feisty people of shorter stature but quick on their toes, making all the moves and controlling the centre of the game and calling the shots and the strategies.
Yeah, I wasn't much welcome in the goal circle in either attack or defence. I was fairly useless. I don't mind saying.
But you came into your own once you moved into that centre role.
That's right. There's a place for everyone in netball.
Oh, unfortunate. Last pass. Unfortunate again. Oh, but they maintained control, so it must have been a hand in there.
Obstruction from the centre outside the circle. And the keeper needs to stand out of play now.
Was that a bit of a falcon there? I was just wondering if there's a slight falcon there on the... Oh, that was almost a fantastic goal. Just wouldn't drop.
Bit of contact going on now. Often a sign of frustration. Lovely pass over the top. Unfortunately, the goal didn't drop.
And you could see the goal attack there, disappointed with his own performance on that one. As the Burnouts, again, quickly down the court. And taking advantage of that one.
Lovely shooting from the goal attack. I think the Burnouts shooter may just be down a bit on confidence, having missed a few. Passing off very quickly to his goal attack then. Well, she is on fire tonight. Don't know that she's missed many, the goal attack for the Burnouts.
They don't look burnt out tonight, do they, by any tick of the clock?
No, they don't. And that's the half-time sirens. So the Burnouts are up by 5 at the half-time break.
It looks like maybe a bit of an insurmountable lead, do you think, at this time? Or am I writing them off too early?
Well, you're probably writing them off a little bit too early. I mean, it is only 9-4. as we see some replays from the action. That lovely shooting from the Burnouts goal attack.
Can they come back from here?
I
Can the
think they-
Gold Diggers can they come back?
I think they can, Martin. I really do. There's a whole half to go. Five goals and a half is not that much. You know, they just have to control the pace of their game and be sure of their passes. They're just a little bit off with their passing tonight.
And I think you're correct on that one, is that this has been those final passes, or just that odd loose pass that has made the difference.
Yeah, their transitions through the mid-court probably haven't been as tight as they would have liked. But look, we've made some changes to the lineup on both teams by the looks of it. The tall timber has come out of the shooting circle into goal attack.
So now we're in the okay, the Gold Diggers Gold Diggers needing to make some inroads in this quarter. Normally the championship quarter, the third quarter.
Just didn't want to fall, that one. Had a peek over the rim and bounced back out.
Both teams moving the ball quickly when they get possession, but it's just those last pass or the odd pass that is letting both teams down at the moment. But then again, some great defensive work as well.
That's exactly right. And the Gold Diggers making it a bit difficult for themselves. They had both of their shooters out of the circle. But they get one back.
That's what they needed. They need to make this third quarter their own. But there's still 5 points in arrears.
Can see some of the frustration coming out in their play. A few little contacts and obstructions creeping into their play.
So the Gold Diggers with the ball, can they move the ball quickly?
Can they move the ball safely, I think?
Well,
Would be better.
safely, quickly, efficiently, and convert is what they need at this point in time. Oh, very nice.
Well, that was a very lovely passage of play. And they have the centre pass, so they may be able to get another one back here.
And that was the one they didn't need to turn over possession. They needed to maintain that to put that scoreboard pressure. But you never know, they could do it right now.
Replay called there on the Burnouts.
Ooh. I think the goal attack for for the Gold Diggers is really going to make this the championship quarter. He's certainly putting himself into this quarter.
Unfortunately, another turnover. And a contact call. Certainly difficult to pull up and stop on a dime. But that's just the challenge of netball.
And that's what the Diggers needed, didn't they? They've made it to 3 points now, so this is the turning point.
The comeback is on.
I was writing them off early, wasn't I?
That's right. I think you went too soon with the write-off.
Well, I think the flamenco shooter in the first game just changed my attitude to the game totally.
They need to just take their time with their passing and get it down to their circle. Their shooters can actually shoot very well if they get it to them.
Beautiful work there. Unfortunately, couldn't capitalise on it. But great transition down the court.
That's right. But that all-important final pass and shot.
Diggers.
Ooh, it's back to 2. Told you not to write them off. They're being pretty patient, just working their way back into the game here.
Yeah, that was a great pass. Unfortunately, didn't count. But the goal attack for the Diggers is really enjoying the idea of the long shots, isn't he?
I think he is.
Long range shots.
Sometimes the long range is easier than the closer shot.
Broadcasting live from the Griffith University netball courts for our Tuesday night social netball competition.
And they've got it back to 1.
They certainly have. So
Sure is game on now. Oh yeah, I hope the burnouts don't feel the pressure of the comeback.
certainly, well, they've really picked up that those 4 points to the 5 point. So there's only a point in it now, whereas they were 4 points behind before. So they have done very well. The Burnouts just need to take advantage of this. Some slick passing there. And unfortunately can't capitalise that attack.
So can the Diggers get it back to even?
Unfortunately couldn't hold on to that final pass. Good passing there from the Burnouts.
It's been a much more patient quarter from both teams this quarter, I think, with their passing.
Cool, calm and collected. The goal attack there for the Burnouts. Showing no emotion, not a smile.
Focused.
He's in the zone.
He's probably smiling on the inside.
That would have, I think, if they turned it around there, and the Burnouts had actually got another goal and made the 3-point gap, would actually put some scoreboard pressure on again, as we've mentioned before. But as you said, the Gold Diggers, they've got their position second on the ladder at the moment in this competition. They wouldn't want to be losing that.
No, they wouldn't, and I guess they wouldn't be in second position if they let scoreboard pressure get to them either.
Maintaining possession there, the Burnouts, and get the goal.
Get the goal.
Finally, after 3 attempts on that one, as the end of the third quarter, 3 points in it, Robin.
3 points? Well, it was 5 points at half time, so, you know, they've clawed a couple back, the Gold Diggers. Let's see what the final quarter can bring. I reckon it's going to be game on.
As we see some replays. Look, it's been a great game so far. So 3-quarter time, here we are.
Here we are. Not as high scoring as the first game, but just as entertaining.
Oh, certainly. And it's good to see the temperature hasn't dropped. It still seems 19 degrees, although I feel it's getting a bit chillier here.
I'm feeling a bit chillier here too,
but
courtside.
We're probably not as active as the participants tonight.
No, certainly we're not.
The athletes.
As we've said a couple of times, university sport, really important to the overall university experience, and there's social sport here, and I'm not sure if any of these players we've seen tonight will be trying out, but of course the Australian University Games are coming up on the Gold Coast later this year. Division 2 in July or June, and Division 1 later on in the year.
And great facilities here with the basketball week competitions, the netball weekly competitions as well. Tennis courts here, fantastic facilities here at Griffith University.
Great gymnasium as well, indoor courts.
I have heard of gymnasiums as the Burnouts go on to attack. I've heard about them.
Never set foot in one?
Well, I have been in one, but we're not frequent friends is probably the way to look at it. There's another great intercept there from the Burnouts, and
another
cool
goal.
As a cucumber.
Exactly.
Mr. Goal Attack.
He knows his job, and he's just getting the work done tonight. Interesting, some of the BK Burnouts players live together, so that would probably help with the communication, you would think.
And the business and event management there that Lauren's studying. So maybe in a couple of years she'll be organising this event.
You never know.
So a 4-point difference. The Diggers need to convert on every trip down to their offensive end.
Yeah, I think they'd be disappointed to lose this match tonight, given second verse 7, but there's still time for them to get this back. Shots like that will help.
They certainly will. That brings us just down to the 3 points. And these 10-minute quarters, so we've probably got maybe 6 or 7 minutes left to go.
Another intercept, though. The Burnouts just need to be patient and hold their nerve, really.
They certainly do. Slow it down and just make sure their passes achieve their players.
You should use every 3 seconds on every pass. Take time off the clock. Reduce the time for the Diggers to get it back.
Cool as a cucumber.
Are we calling him Cucumber? We've said that several times about him tonight. Maybe
Well,
new
he's tall,
nickname.
thin. We've got the flamenco, we've got the cucumber, we've given people names. Where's HG and Roy?
We are here to entertain.
Well, this is Australian sport, isn't it? It's at its best.
And another one for the Cucumber.
The emotionless cucumber. Doing a fantastic job there. But now a 4-point break by the Burnouts.
They're doing a great job just keeping this lead. I think they've led almost from the start. They'll be very happy to get this win if they can indeed bring it home.
Great teamwork too. They're between goal attack and goal scorer there for the Burnouts. Although it's not dropping for them that time, was it? Have another go at this, shall we?
There we have it.
The
There we
cucumber's
have it,
making
finally.
salad up there, isn't he?
Yeah. Not sure how much time there is left on the clock, but they may have pulled away in the insurmountable lead with 5 goals in the final quarter.
I certainly agree with you there. But this will tighten up the ladder
Yep.
as they next week go into round 7. It'll be interesting to see next week when we're back here at Griffith University.
Yep. I look forward to it. It's been a very entertaining night of netball tonight. Though the Diggers aren't done yet.
No, they're not giving up.
Calls from the goalkeeper to slow it down, and they do.
The other great thing about netball, games like Aussie rules and soccer and hockey, that spatial awareness, that need to be able to see 360 around you, where players are going, where they are.
And anticipating where they might go.
Yes.
Lovely phase of play there from the Goal Diggers. Finishes off with another goal for the goal attack. Back to 3 points difference.
And it drops for the Burnouts. Almost a smile there on the goal shooter. I think she's trying to maintain it. Don't want to go early, do you?
No, you certainly do not. Certainly can get very willing in the goal circle.
Not the result the Goal Diggers required there. They really needed to convert. And unfortunately for them, up the other end.
Yeah. Might be ready to call this in favour of the Burnouts. I'm not sure that the Diggers can get this back from here.
No, I think if, because yes, they're 5 goal difference now, so they do need to stop the Burnouts and then actually shoot those 6 goals. So they've got a big game ahead of them if in the last 3 or 4 minutes at best left in this game.
But they do want to make the score as close as possible. For and against, obviously very important on the final ladder.
And yeah, there's just the 4 points, yes, because I'm sure we haven't had really high scoring games, so the ladders will be tight.
Yes, indeed. Ooh. Imagine that would be very frustrating for the goal shooters when it kind of goes in and then pops back out.
So we're getting fairly tight now. The Gold Diggers, if they were to convert on this attack, this would make a big difference with only just the 2 points. And
Oh, that was unfortunate. She just lost her footing there. Fortunately, no injury though by the looks.
that was probably the one that they were looking for. They really needed to convert there, although they're going back again. And with only 3 points in it, 3 goals in it, it's not an insurmountable lead. So that's the 2 points in it now.
2 to go. Mustn't be much time left on the clock though. Yep.
So the Burnouts are back in possession. We just need to slow it down here, maintain possession, draw it out a bit. Not what they needed now. And the Diggers need to score this time round. Can they do it from here? Can they make just a 1 point difference? And it is a 1 point game.
It sure is game on now. Burnouts do have the ball though. They just need to stay calm. Use up the clock as much as
laterally.
they can.
Oh, there you have it, a 1 point game. What a fantastic end.
Really close finish. I didn't actually think they'd get it back to that close.
No,
So,
I think they did very well on that one, and I'm just thinking we may have a chance to do a post-game interview.
Yeah.
We'll see who comes across.
See who comes
Someone
across.
from the Burnouts perspective, they must be so impressed with tonight.
They should be pretty happy with themselves, I think, tonight. It was a really good team effort. They stayed composed the whole game through.
And a very tight game.
It was in the end.
1 point game was highly unexpected because I was writing them off after the first quarter, wasn't I?
That's right. You sure were.
As we look some of the replays here at the fourth quarter. Just watching the replays here. Watching some of the replays from today, and there's that unfortunate slip there. It may have made the difference with that 1 goal difference. As we're wrapping up here, we're just waiting on our star players from the 2 teams. I think, Jacob, could you come in here and have a seat, sir?
Hey, how you going?
Very good. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Such a tight game.
Oh, tell me about it. Really, really close, especially at the end. Just
The 1 point.
1 point, exactly.
Yes. Now, looking on the ladder before the game, you're in a very good position over these guys. I think on paper we would have expected the Gold Diggers to come through.
I expected more as well, but having the 2 weeks off for the Easter holidays and then having a game rained out means that we're 3 weeks behind on exercise, and so it's just something the team needs to pick up together to, make better passes and just be a bit fitter to not have those close games.
So there'll be more practice sessions this week before next Tuesday
definitely,
night?
Definitely, 100%.
And what areas will you be working on specifically?
Passing, spacing. Yeah, passing and spacing. Just getting open on the court to receive that ball and definitely catch and make the right passes, because that's how you score.
And one of the other things too is not that much talk.
No.
It's a fairly quiet
Very
game.
quiet. I'm going to say that that's back to, once again, having those 3 weeks off. we're all a bit out of whack. You know, we're not gelling as a team again because we haven't seen each other for that time because everyone's been doing other things. So that's another thing. Talking, big thing.
But do you enjoy mixed netball?
Oh, 100%. Love it.
Are you a basketballer?
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
I think we can with some of those long shots. But enjoyable. Anyway, all the best
Thank
for
you.
the future.
Appreciate it.
Good
Thank
on
you very much.
Okay, there's Jacob from the Gold Diggers. They were in second position. I don't know what you're going to be next week.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Good on you.
Cheers.
Okay, good on you. Thanks, Jacob. And I'll bring Robin back in unless Ben's around. Is Ben around, or we'll just bring Robin back in to wrap up proceedings here, because it was great to have Robin to co-commentate tonight. A former centre and netball. It was good to have some expert comments.
I don't know how expert they were, but hopefully I added some flavour to it. It's actually been a while since I've been courtside at a netball match, so I do get to a lot of Firebirds games, but normally up in the bleachers. So. Yeah.
Okay, Robin, thank you for being here. My name's Martin Groves, Robin Stevenson helping me. Thanks to all the crew here from Griffith University of the broadcast unit, making a great contribution to covering these netball games here at Griffith University. We'll be back next Tuesday night. It'll be great to see you here.
Bye.